Hey guys, Big Papa Pump here. What's going on, bruh? How's it going? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to talk shit, do so in the comment section below. And become a patron if you want. I appreciate my patrons. Thank you for all your support. And for offering the Iceman some donation, some monies. It's very nice. So if you don't like my channel, consider becoming a patron. I mean, come on, dude, what the fuck? Like, every little bit counts, you know? Just help me out a little bit, man. Fuck. But nonetheless, check this out. I wanted to go on a little bit about the rarity of things in Diablo 2. And the reason as to why Daddy thinks that shit's in... Holy shit! Look at this! An embossed plate. And a small charm. Holy shit! Just a minute. Oh, almost a hog of a little shekel. 5% faster hit recovery and 50 poison damage. That's not bad, man, because I could use some faster hit recovery. In fact, in my last video I posted where I'm dueling a wolf barb, at least 2 of you I think have mentioned that I need more faster hit recovery. So... and I think you might be onto something, because I haven't really checked the breakpoints in that. But yeah, especially for dueling. Now, I know that Frenzy can't be interrupted, so your faster hit recovery isn't applicable when you're in Frenzy mode. And of course, in the duel, I was using Whirlwind and probably running around like a pansy. This is a non-PvP character, by the way. But... so generally, I don't think I need the faster rate recovery, but it is nice to have, and you can really get past a breakpoint with not too much difficulty just by using those 5% faster hit recovery charms. So even plain ones are nice, but check this out, man. 50 poison damage. Holy shit! That's weird, though. Look at this. It doesn't add much damage. The hell? The fuck, bruh? Alright, but nonetheless... yeah, and I found Atma's Well. Fast rate recovery on that hog. Huh. But check this out, man. I've been playing Diablo 2, like, ever since it came out, right? Like, Iceman played Diablo 1 as well, for like a year or 2, before Diablo 2 came out. It was probably at least 2 years, actually. And Diablo 1 was amazing, you know, it was the first time I really experienced, like a vast, itemized game, where you go around and level up your character, collect GG gears and stuff, and start realizing the rarity of things and all that. It was all very alluring, you know, and I think that's why a lot of us play. And just a side note, man, Diablo 1 looks awesome. Like, for Diablo 4, I'll go on about this in another video, but... I would like if Diablo 4 looks similar to Diablo 1 in terms of its atmosphere and textures and realism. Because Diablo 1, I think, has more realism to it. And when I was a little duck-billed platypus playing Diablo 1, I would always imagine what Diablo in the future would look like. And I just thought of all the things Diablo 1 was, only expanded on, you know? More textures, more interactive environments, just all sorts of vast exploratory realms and worlds. I thought it was going to be so amazing. And that game still could happen, you know, but it just has, as many of you know, it's strayed far from it with Diablo 3 and this stupid little Diablo mobile game that's been announced. Of course, that game might be somewhat fun. You know, I haven't said a single positive thing about that game. But it probably will be kind of fun to play. A little bit. I mean, I'm not really planning on getting it. But the thing is, because I don't really want to finance something like that, you know? A good way to vote is with our wallets. As to what we want in the game and all that. But hell, if it's free, I might try it out. And I'm almost sure there's no way in hell I'm going to spend a dime on all the monetization bullshit that'll be in it, most likely. And if it gets to that point, I'll probably just quit. So I don't think I'll be endorsing it in that way with my finances, because obviously we want a new Diablo. Unless if they announce Diablo 4 and show some awesome stuff, then we could just see the mobile game as something to hold us over. But anyway, Daddy digresses. Son of a bitch. But yeah, there's so much to talk about in regards to what Diablo 4 could be, but it's just so weird, man, how I would always imagine it looking like Diablo 2 or Diablo 1, only expanded on in so many ways. And I liked the sprites. The characters are actually like continuous photo images of real people doing different motions and stuff. Or maybe some live action motions, I don't know, but they're actual imagery, you know, of people, which was awesome. And they did that like with the old Mortal Kombat games. That's why those games look so real. Like the characters, like their proportions were like dead on with realism because they actually were images of real people doing all these moves. So that was awesome. But anyway, back to the rarity of things. Like I said, I've been playing this game ever since it came out. And yeah, I took many breaks that lasted several years. In fact, when Diablo 3 came out, I stopped playing Diablo 2 entirely. Up until only recently, up until the beginning of this year, I think, when I started playing Diablo 2 again, when I realized that there's a lot of people still playing it. And that just because the new Diablo game is out doesn't mean you can't go back and enjoy, you know, pretty much the best one when it comes to everything else. But yeah, like I said, Diablo 1, I mean, it was just so simplistic. That was the only thing that it had working against it. There were no combat skills, and which is probably one of the primary reasons as to why Diablo 2 does better. There weren't any combat skills. You just had like one little skill, unless if you were a mage, or unless if you wanted to use actual spells in magic. But yeah, I've been playing it for that damn long, man. I've been playing this game that long, and check it out. There's a lot of things that I haven't even found, like, ever. Of course, it wasn't until later where I started realizing, you know, that there are these higher level areas in the game, the level 85 areas, and of course rune words are only introduced, I forgot when exactly. When were the runes introduced? Was it like 2004, 2006? I don't know when exactly. But yeah, so I haven't really been optimally running all the high-end areas in the game, like throughout the duration of that entirety of those 15 years or whatever, maybe more, 20 years. But shit, has it been that long? I don't even know. Might have been close to 20 years. But hey, man, only a few days back, maybe a week ago or so, it's the first time I've seen this charm rune fall. I've never seen one fall in a game, man. With all the time that Iceman has been playing this. And of course, charm isn't even the highest rune in the game, as most of you know. You know, ZOD comes after it. ZOD's even more rare. I mean, twice as rare at least, right? Isn't that fucking amazing? I've been playing it that long. But of course, I had things with charm in it. I think. In the past. Hell, I don't even know if I had a thing with charm in it. From trading, you know. But say that I never traded, you know, or I never used, you know, trading sites or whatever. I never would have attained anything with the frickin' charm in it. So that's what's nice. If you want to limit yourself to being like 100% legit, under the definition of legit meaning, hell, maybe not even trading. I don't know, man. Everyone has their own definition of legit for Diablo, but if you're to be an entirely self-found character, it's appealing how the ceiling is pretty limitless in terms of getting those awesome drops and those rare drops. Because what's nice about the charm and about other runes like ZOD, for example, in fact I have a ZOD in this Breath of the Dying, is that it changes the game mechanic to some extent. You know, I mean, this adds a really cool feature that you never get in anything else, basically, where you kill an enemy and you get that poison over to cast, and this massive 30 to all stats and dual leech and this huge damage, and indestructible mod when it's an ethereal Colossus blade. Like, this thing is freaking godly. And this comes from getting that ZOD rune, you know? And the Chad rune is even more common than ZOD, and I never even found a Chom, but I never found a ZOD either. So it's nice to have that ceiling, man, above, you know, where you can reach. Because once you get there, it takes a lot of the incentive away to keep going, you know, once you get all the GG. And I've always felt that way. But I've never attained it all on my own. Because back in the day, you know, people would trade and people would... I mean, there were bots and shit that saturate the market, so it really devalues a lot of things. People throw you a ZOD for something, you know, that's certainly not worth a ZOD, but they have a bot, so they just don't give a shit. You know, things like that go on. And, but that's what's so great about Diablo 2 is how you could play this game for so long and you won't find all the good shit. And this is what Diablo 4 needs. You know, it needs that again. And Diablo 3 fails miserably in this way because the limitations are easily attainable. And like the end game things that you need are the full set. Now, of course, you can augment your set and scale the numbers a little bit. But that's what the end game is all about, is just scaling the numbers a little bit. It's not about changing the actual mechanics of the game when you find this godly item. They don't do that. Like Enigma, for example, when you get the burr and the jaw rune, then any character can teleport now. You know, finally you can teleport as a paladin, you know, or a necromancer, or a druid. Changes the mechanics entirely of the gameplay when you're able to teleport and you become a caster and stuff like that. You don't get that in Diablo 3. You know, you don't get those things to strive for because Blizzard hands you the good stuff. You know, you work for a little while and they start giving you the set. They give you that little loot sack that has the set parts in it when you start completing the season journey, which any fucking baby could do. You just gotta follow the dots, you know, and read the little guidelines. They're like, go kill Azabaddon, it's really easy, and then we'll give you this little Hadrig's gift. So the only thing to look forward to in Diablo 3 after like 20 hours of gameplay, after you get your full set, you just match up all the greens, and it does all the same shit that all the big boys are doing. The only thing to look forward to are scaling the numbers a little bit more. Like, oh, I can do a Greater Rift 110 now. I can do a Greater Rift 120 now. Now the numbers are just bigger, and that's not exciting, you know? That's a fucking cop-out. You know, that's a ripoff. You know, that's laziness and stuff, I think, because when you don't want to add more enhancements to the game or more rare items that people could strive for, you just say, well, how about if we just make the numbers bigger? And hopefully that'll keep them playing for a while. And then they can say, hey, I completed Greater Rift 120 or 130. And as things progress, let's keep scaling the gear so that it's just a fucking limitless number. You know, where a year from now saying Greater Rift 120 is going to sound like crap because now everyone's doing Greater Rift 150. It's just all worthless stuff, man. And it's not nearly as gratifying as when shit like in Diablo 2 is super rare. Like if you're to play single player, like some folks do, it would take forever, man, to find a ZOD rune. Or a Chom rune, you know? Or Tyrael's Might, or Wind Force, or some of those awesome uniques. I mean, there's a lot of enhancements that could be made for Diablo 2. It's like you could have some uniques that are really good but more rare than what already exists, you know? Like some unique item that's as rare as Tyrael's Might or more that is competitive with the Breath of the Dying Blade, or even a Grief, for example. So, but man, that's what Diablo 4 needs. I mean, if you guys agree with me, you know, let me know in the comments. And if you don't, let me know in the comments and the reason as to why. But I think the reason's bullshit, bro. The shit needs to be rare. That keeps us going, you know? So I'm pretty sure you're going to agree with Iceman if you think about it for a minute. In fact, it's almost nice to have the ceiling almost limitless in terms of the game mechanics changing. What if you had some, like, item in Diablo 2, for example, that was like Breath of the Dying, but then some, you know, but they're even more rare. So that once in a while you'll see somebody who has it, and you'll be like, holy shit, dude. How did you find that hog of a sword? You know, this one that casts like Frozen Orb, and it does as much damage as Breath of the Dying, maybe more. And it has all the leech and stuff, and maybe it like causes corpse explosion sometimes at random. or corpse explosion on chance to hit, man. That would be freaking godly, you know, something like that. But have things like that that are almost unattainable, and that's going to keep people playing like forever, man. So I think those would be great ideas. So if they do make a Diablo 2 remaster, or if they do make a Diablo 4, you know, which it seems like they're going to, take it back to the old ways, man, where shit's really rare. Where you can play for 15 years and not even find a frickin' charm rune. You know? Like, it's nice to know that there's better things to strive for. And it can't just be bigger numbers. Bigger fucking numbers are boring. Like in Diablo 3, they give you the whole fucking set. Oh, nice. This guy's watching my YouTube videos. He just, I don't know who he is. He just commented, just to message me on here. But let me know what you guys think about that, all right? And like this video if you agree with me, because these words need to get out, you know? Maybe Blizzard will start listening now that they see, you know, like 800,000 people disliked their Diablo Immortal cinematic trailer. You know, 800,000 people, over 1 million dislikes accumulatively on like their 2 or 3 videos that they've released of Diablo. Over 1 million, well over 1 million. Especially if you count the likes that were supposedly deleted or whatever. But maybe they'll start to listen. And if they do, maybe they'll start listening to the community. They'll check out the YouTubers and the Twitchers and all that shit. And maybe they'll see this video, if you guys like the damn video, and spread it on your tweeters and Facebooks and help Iceman get some attention time. But it all goes in the way of good, man. You know? Like, it would be a great thing if they listen to us to some extent. They shoot for realism again. Shoot for rarity again. You know, make the ceiling almost unattainable. And have something more to strive for than just bigger numbers, you know? Make awesome weapons that are just almost impossible to get. Then if people get them, they can make they can have add-ons and expansions where they'll be like, okay, a lot of kids are attaining these items. Let's make some shit even more rare. Let's add some new items that they could get that are more easily attainable, but let's make some super rare things as well that they'll just never get, man, and they're just going to keep playing. It's going to be awesome. And then when somebody does get it, they're going to make a video and be bragging about it and stuff like that. But, you know, make some shit almost unattainable. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. And become a patron, bro. You know, just help Iceman out a little bit, man. Just click the link in the description below, and I'd really appreciate it. But even if you don't want to become a patron, I appreciate you guys anyway. And your likes and your comments. More videos to come. Peace be with you, bro.